day one, I presented our gameplay team with what I thought was almost an impossible task, and that was to make our game look and feel way better than it ever has in the past. A major theme for us this year was this idea of the living world.
Typically in basketball games, every team has kind of felt the same. You know, you get some signature moves, some players here and there, but overall teams have felt the same.
We wanted everything on the court, from the way that fans react to you, the coaches, the player intelligence, everything to be part of this environment that was smart.
The system is dynamically changing and evolving constantly. All 30 coaches now have their own mindset.
If you look at the finals last year, you saw how the Warriors and the Cavs were constantly readjusting to each other. You saw Delhi step up and play starter minutes, and you also saw how the Warriors went small ball and how successful that was for them. Basketball is a game of situations. The way players react to you as they see schemes on the floor, the way the coaches can see the patterns that you're trying to do and recognize it and adapt to it.
In the regular season, Greg Popovich may give you just his base general pick and roll defense, but say you have success in game 1 of the playoffs versus them, game 2 is going to be entirely different.
All these things make you have to step up to the challenge and come up with ways to solve these problems.
Fundamentally, every single game relies on a good motion system, and basketball is no different. Situational movement gives the players the ability to detect when and how to move around the floor. It allows our players to detect opportunities. So with Steph Curry, you're going to see him come off an off-ball screen to get open at the three-point line if the opportunity presents itself. If it's not there, he's going to cut to the basket and deviate the plan. He's not stuck in anything. He can continually evaluate the floor.
Things like that we can never do before. And now with this new system, we can do those things.
We really feel like the X's and O's of NBA basketball have never been replicated this true to form ever before. All player-to-player collisions between the ball handler and the on-ball defender is all driven by physics now. So a guy like LeBron, who's kind of like a tank, can just plow through the smaller defenders. The collisions feel a lot more visceral, and you never feel locked into an animation. We've also expanded our signature size-up functionality. So now every player has up to 4 size-ups they can do in any direction, and they look and feel beautiful. Post this year was completely rewritten from the ground up. The guys did a phenomenal job of just making it feel a lot more free. You feel like you have complete control over your player at all times.
For NBA 2K16, we implemented a foot planning technology that detects exactly when your toe touches the floor and when it leaves the ground. What this does is actually it adds visual authenticity to player movement, and you can actually feel the physics, change in direction, cutting, overall player velocity. In the end, it gives us this visual authenticity in the game.
And on the sticks, now we have 3 dedicated pass buttons that give you instant access to any pass type you'd want to throw. So bounce passes, flashy passes, lobs, alley-oops. This is easily the best looking, the best feeling, and the most realistic 2K basketball we've ever made.
Well, winning is not a sometimes thing, it's an all-the-time thing. So this year, we had to top what we did last year.
NBA 2K16 is going to be the smartest game of basketball we've ever made. It's going to have the most realistic physics you've ever seen in a basketball game. It's going to have storylines from game to game that change all the time. I can't speak highly enough of our gameplay team and what our engineers pulled off this year. They really pulled off the impossible.
NBA 2K16 is going to be the most authentic sports gaming experience that you've ever played.
harder one, close 'em up. Pardon me, I'm bossing up. Brace you up, bless you, bro, don't mess with us. We like the U in the 80s. Back to back, set a track, hit the lick, get it back, get the trick, jump the track. I want my money back, time and time again, while I'm sipping on this. Al Davis said it best, just win, baby, win.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Win it.
And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Hi, everyone. This has been an extremely tough decision. Each school was carefully considered, but I have finally decided to choose. I've decided to go to the great University of... Bang.
This is a story playing beyond the shadows. Going beyond the shadows cast by your height, your doubters, and every major conference school.
With the three.
Until you start casting your own shadows over scoring leaders. top-seeded tourney teams, and All-Americans. But some shadows don't die so easy.
He's barely 6'1", and he won't ever be a true point guard in the NBA.
With the 7th pick, the Golden State Warriors select Stephen Curry.
So you practice hard, play hard,
An amazing move. It just doesn't get better than that.
and eventually you're playing beyond the shadows and casting your own.
Fine, let Curry to take the lead. Nailed it!
So, what will your story be? NBA 2K16, star in the Spike Lee joint. This is a story of believing in a dream that only you can see. In a city where you have no choice but to believe. Wherever you play, however you're hyped. Whenever it counts. Until your belief has brought you further than anyone expected.
The Oklahoma City Thunder select James Harden of Arizona State University.
From the sixth man to the face of a franchise. Until the story of believing no longer belongs to you alone, but to an entire city. So, what will your story be? NBA 2K16, star in a Spike Lee joint.
When people talk about the greatest ever, I want to be in that conversation. I'm nowhere close to it, but it's where I want to go.
This is a story about the rise. Because the more you rise from struggle, the more you appreciate where you end up. Where your elementary school has no gym, practicing at a church helps you rise. When your high school doesn't have a big name, you rise to the occasion. When they said you were too small, your body rises 8 inches.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the zone. Does everybody know it now?
Anthony's letter of intent has been signed. This makes it official.
The New Orleans Hornets select
When they thought you'd be no one,
Anthony Davis.
you get drafted #1. You go from crowded home to making a crowd rise in a home game. This is about going from playing like your idols to playing against them. Then playing with them to rise together.
With 5 seconds left, Davis at the buzzer. It's good.
So,
The Pelicans beat the Thunder.
what will your story be? NBA 2K16, star in a Spike Lee joint. No basketball game exists in a vacuum. What's come before, what will follow. On these courts, the story is everything. It's what makes us cheer and boo before the game has even started. It's what turns us into fans and haters. It gives us underdogs, upsets, dynasties, buzzer beaters, classic rivalries. At its best, the story can turn a jump shot into the shot.
Here's Michael at the foul line. The Bulls win
The shot. It's the story. Got us wearing ridiculously oversized jerseys, jumping on bandwagons, shaving names into our face. And it's a story that brings us all together to understand. It's not just a court. It's an epicenter. Where plots unfold.
Fires the three.
And the drama writes itself. So, what will your story be?
NBA 2K16. Star in a Spike Lee joint. Product not yet rated.